2, and 3.
Recording in progress.
Hey guys, so today's video is titled How to Structure My Bookkeeping Business. So how you start is really going to determine your success, speed of success, as well as size of success. So I just hit my finger on my desk. So the reason why this stuff is so important is because really your first 6 months in business are really going to determine your ability to either reach your goals, how likely you are to quit, and then like how happy you are just overall, right? So if we can give you the right strategies and like the right success, like the right formulas, then you're gonna be able to be successful. But if we don't, you just really kind of run into this like wall of where you emotionally just can't take anymore, you're frustrated, you're angry, and you just quit, right? So that's why this video is so important for you to like watch all the way to the end. Also, if you want some help growing your business, like, you know, maybe you've been trying to grow your business but just not quite going the way you want, or maybe you've been thinking about starting it, it's just, you know, you feel there's a lot of different things that are kind of in your way that, you know, if you knew what to do, you wouldn't have to worry about those. Either way, if you want some help growing your business, go ahead and click the link either above or below the video to book a call to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. So the first thing when it comes to structuring your business, now I'm always using the energy from tax season to boost my recurring revenue. What do I mean by that? So if you ever think about tax season, generally there's going to be some sort of cleanup. So businesses where it's like they have not been keeping good records and they want to go and like file for their taxes. Well, their CPA or whoever's doing their taxes is basically going to say, you need to have clean books so I know exactly like what's going on. And then oftentimes they're going to say, go find someone that does cleanups or compilations. So tax people will call it like a compilation. Bookkeepers and accountants, like monthly work, like they'll call that more like a cleanup or a catch-up. All right, cool. So people are coming in like influxes, and this does not just have to be like, you know, the beginning of the year tax season. It could be at every one of the different extension deadlines too. So October, September, and then there's like a cleanup season, which is like October, November, December, where people are like thinking about it, and like there's a portion of people that actually want to get ahead of their stuff, and they want to be able to spend the money on like getting the cleanup done at the end of the year so they can write off on their taxes, right? So a lot of different like reasons. So it's not just tax season, it's tax energy, like tax deadline energy is probably what I should have phrased this, but you know, just one of those things. Now, one trick that we have is like I had a student named Eileen, and like when she was starting out, she had this belief in her head that every client needed a cleanup before she get started. Even if that cleanup was like $1. And that was so helpful because she started getting cleanups for like $8,000 up front, or $14,000, or $20,000. And like every single time that she was trying to grow the business, she would just get a cleanup and then they would stay on for like monthly services. And it was amazing, right? But the reason why was because they came to her knowing that their accountant or their CPA basically told them that they need to get this stuff done. So she could use that as a sense of urgency, right? And why am I saying a sense of urgency? Because if you can have someone have a specific deadline with which they have to go and actually work with you, they're going to sign up a lot faster. So by using that as your sense of urgency, and then also by using scarcity is like, I only take on a certain number of clients per month. So I take on 3 new clients a month, right? I can only do about 2 new cleanups per month, right? So you know that you have a deadline coming up in 15 days, and I will only be able to help you if you can get started within like the next XYZ days, because I only accept 3 people. And I've already brought on 2 other clients this month, so I only have 1 more spot. If you want to get this thing done before this, right, then go. And you might be saying like, well, they could say, well, there's a bunch of other options. Okay, well, yeah, they could, but you do your consultation call process right, they're gonna feel like you are the right fit for them. So we use it to kind of like nudge them kind of forward. It's not the whole selling point, right? It's not just saying, I only work with 3 people and like, you know, you gotta get done with it this week. It's not like that. It's more of like they always want to get started. Maybe they're slightly on the fence. They're kind of like hemming and hawing, and you use those 2 elements to go and push them over the edge, right? And that's why like objection handling, we teach objection handling inside of our program, like how to structure your consultation call, because it is like, it's almost like balancing on this tightrope, right? So imagine you're on this tightrope over like the Empire State Building to another tall building, and you're walking. You have like your little balance beam pole thing, right? And it's like, if you do it too wrong, you fall off, right? If you do it correctly, then you're able to go. And then the better and better you get at sales, the wider and wider the tightrope gets. And instead of it being a tightrope, now it's like a concrete road from the Empire State Building to the next one. It's just wide. It's longer than you, it's wider than you are. So you don't even have to like worry about it. You just do it, right? That's what these skill sets and stuff is like. But I'm using the energy from tax deadlines to go and like get more clients. Next thing, packages. Okay, so structuring your business. Okay, when you package. Now keep in mind, if you're watching the PowerPoint version of this, I use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, when they're making images, makes really cool looking images, but when they put words on it, the words can be messed up. Like there's like a bunch of spelling mistakes on it. So if you can't handle spelling mistakes, I would just like cover your eyes and just listen, right? So one thing that's really important is, right, is like when you're anywhere below 5K per month, I would really focus on getting the high ticket monthly clients. Once you start getting 5, maybe 10K per month, I would start offering packages as well. So when we say like packages, an example of a package can be like compilations or cleanups, right? So like we kind of talked about in the first example. Another one could be like tax planning, tax resolution, consulting, right? Just services that are more intellect required or skill set required than just transactional kind of based like compliance work, right? So because think about it, like the more bookkeeping work you take on, like the more like work there is, right? So it's like, even if it's not you doing it, you still have to have like a contractor or like someone just to do the work. But when you start offering more of like tax planning or consulting, it is your time, but it's more of your brain power, and you can sell it as packages. Now, the reason why it's important is because I like getting paid as much money at one time as possible, right? That's when you really have a lot stronger of a business, right? So it's like you have the accounts receivable from your monthly services. So you know like you're gonna hit this much money every single month, every single year. But then you also have spikes whenever you sell like one of these packages. So if you sell like one tax planning package, we'll say tax planning itself for like 5 grand. Okay, so your monthly services at like 7 grand. Then every month you get 5, and then you get another 5, and you get another 5. Maybe one month you get 2 clients, so you have 10, right? So literally, that is $20,000 that added in 4 months on top of what you're already making, right? So 5 times 4 is 20, plus another 20 is about 40. You just made $40,000 in 4 months, right? So it's like you're basically on track for $160,000 a year. Very simple, very easy, right? But it just gives you those like spikes. Now a good example is actually one of our students named Shannon. Now when Shannon started, she had a wide range of packages she could do because she was an enrolled agent. So she could do the tax resolution, she could do the tax planning, etc. If you can't do tax planning or tax resolution, maybe you can offer consulting or QuickBooks training, or you can do cleanups, right? It doesn't really matter. I'm just giving you an example that you can kind of run with. Now, when she was in the program, she added about $7,500 per month from like monthly recurring revenue clients. And then she had another client that was paying her about 5 grand a month. So she got into about like 15 grand per month. And then from there, she started, I think she got like 2 or 3 more clients. The long story short, she got to about like 15 grand a month in recurring revenue services. And then she started offering the package base, and that got her to about 30, 35K per month. Technically that got her about 30. So 15 from monthly recurring, 15 from packages, and then she did an extra thing. She actually bought another firm that was already doing $100,000 per year. So she basically added another like $10,000 a month. So she was doing about, what is that, about 40, 45K per month. And it didn't take her that long to do. It's just if you structure your business, like we talked about on the first slide in like the beginning, if you structure your business correctly, you don't need to do that much in order to go and hit, 30, 40 grand a month. Now, I'm not saying you have to hit 40 grand a month. I know for some people, like that's not that important to them, right? It's just like, you just want to be able to make enough to go and support your family. Maybe you want to 3x, 4x your bills, right? And like, that's really all you want to do, and just spend the rest of your time with your family and stuff. I don't know you, because I'm not sitting in front of you, right? I'm just giving you options. My job, whenever I'm building out like a curriculum for someone inside of our mentorship program, is not to tell you what you want. My job is to see, what do you really want? Why do you want it? And then we build a plan that's really like in accordance to actually being on track for those goals. For her, she just really wanted to hit 600K a year, right? Was there a reason why? No, she just wanted to be able to do it, right? Because someone told her that she couldn't be successful. She said, okay, we're going to see. I think it was like one of her bosses said she couldn't be successful before she quit her job. Okay, sometimes you gotta take on that challenge. You gotta do what you want to do, But, it was just really great. I'm really grateful for her. It was really great to be able to like help her out. And, you know, that's the thing we do with our students, right? It's like you create like these friends for life. Like whenever I go traveling, I see some of the people, right? Like I had like 2 or 3 people from like London who like did our program, and when I went to London, I visited them. It was awesome, you know. Would have never thought that I would be able to help people out in like different countries and stuff, right? When we have students in United States, we have students in Canada. We don't really take on as many UK clients, right? Because the laws and like regulations are a lot different. But yeah, man, I generally prefer the US and Canadian people in our mentorship program. Now, third thing you need is you need to have an audience or a lead list. Okay, what is the difference, Bryce? Followers, audience, lead list. Okay, and so a lead list is a set of names on a spreadsheet, sheet of paper. So it's a list of names that you have yet to talk to or build a relationship with. Followers are people that basically volunteer to be on that lead list. An audience is followers on the lead list that actually like you, follow you, and respect you. So ideally you would have an audience, but most people are not going to do a lot of content that's going to build an audience. So instead you're going to have a lead list as well as a follower list. Your job is to start building relationships with all the people on this lead list in order to convert a percentage of them to actually want to work with you. Now, ideally, what you'd want to do is you really want to get qualified business owners to be on your lead list. This is one thing most people struggle with because they might find, let's say they join a Facebook group, and that Facebook group has like 3,000, 4,000 people on it. Out of those 4,000 people, there's probably only 40 to 400 truly qualified business owners. I mean, if you think about it, right? What percentage of business owners actually do more than, we'll say, $500,000 a year? It's not the majority. So the problem that most people have is they either have like a lead list of like maybe like their friends and family on social media, or they may have like a bunch of people that are like making like $10 a year on their business. Like they might have like a bunch of like random e-commerce businesses, maybe people that are in MLM, maybe they have like some consultants or some coaches in their audience, maybe they have, you know what I mean, but just not quite qualified enough for you to actually go and get clients. So instead, whenever you're building your lead list, you want to go and build it based on the company and the kind of profile that you're actually like talking to. So like, in order for someone to be on my lead list when it comes to accounting and bookkeeping, they have been thoroughly researched based on revenue, based on like I even like go as granular as like how is their profile written, right? Because how they speak is actually going to determine how sophisticated they are as a business owner, and that will actually determine how easy it's going to be to actually close them down, right? When I say close them down, it like means sign up for like your monthly services, right? And like there's a lot of intention that's placed on with putting the right people on your lead list, right? Because if you put a bunch of the wrong people, it just makes business 1,000 times harder. Because number one, they're not really gonna read or watch or talk to you. They're not going to read your content, watch your content, and they're not going to talk to you. Okay, let's say you get a small portion of them respond. Okay, they finally respond, and then it's like a headache because they're like, oh, well, I don't know if I need the service, and it's like you kind of beg them to get on the phone. You get on the phone, they give you a million objections. I don't know if it's the right time. I don't know if I'm the right size. Let me go talk to my partner. I have a board of directors. Let me get back to you. Let me think about it. Let me pray about it, right? A million different things that they could say. Versus when you just have the right people from the start, you get someone where it's like, amazing, there's no objections, and then they close within like 1 day to like 30 days. And you just repeat this 20 times. Like, it does not take that much effort to really reach 6 figures. And here's the thing, I was talking to this guy yesterday on a call. He was talking about like the mentorship program, and actually no, this is a different one. So I actually got interviewed, so I'm probably gonna post the interview on this channel soon. But the person basically asked, like, I was told I was supposed to work hard, but I don't know what to work hard on. So I said, okay, so the thing that you have to work really hard on is setting up the right initial criteria or the right initial conditions. Kind of just talking about, because if you're working hard, you get 1 million followers who don't like you, aren't qualified, and don't even have a business, you're not going to sell any accounting services, right? So that's hard work. Like, you could cold call 1 million people, but they're the wrong people. It's hard work. Instead, I want to be very, very strategic, right? Because I want to use leverage. If you have leverage, you don't have to work quite as hard. So let me give you an example. Who do you think is working? I don't want to do that one because that could, well, whatever. We'll just get some emotional. Don't get emotional in the comment section about this. This is just an example. It's just just a simple example. Okay. Who do you think is working harder? Let's say you're on a construction site. The person who's doing the actual like lifting and stuff versus the foreman on the job who's like just giving instructions that has a clipboard. The person who's working is doing much harder work versus the person that's maybe the owner of that company is not working very hard, but they are being very strategic because they are using a lot of leverage. Leverage is the ability to either use other people, other people's money, other people's time, other people's labor, other people's technology to be able to accomplish a goal. So by being strategic and using a lot of leverage, I am able to work a lot less and a lot easier, but accomplish much more. Hopefully that kind of makes sense, right? But so it's not always about working hard, it's about doing the right stuff, setting up right from the start. So what is our form of leverage? You pick the right people and then you just do the right things. And like, you don't need that much time. You really only need about 16 to 20 weeks out of the year. That's less than half. What is that? There's 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to do 50 just for this calculation. I'm going to assume you're going to take 2 weeks of vacation time. So what is 16 divided by 50? You only need about 1/3. You only need about 1/3 of the year in order to get a 6-figure accounting and bookkeeping business. That's only if you're getting monthly clients. That's not counting if you get cleanup clients, right? That's all you need. 1/3 of the year, you just do this stuff in order to go and get to 6 figures in your business. It's not a lot if you do things right. If you do things wrong, it's going to take you 10,000 years. And you're probably not going to reach 10K a month. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not trying to be mean, just being honest. Now, if you want to know the shortest path to being able to reach your goals, if you want to be able to make sure that when you go to bed each night, you know that you've done the right things, you have the right strategy in place, and you've put in the leverage to be able to go and grow your business to reach your goal, go ahead and click the link inside of the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. This is where we give the strategies, the how-tos, the templates, the resources to be able to go and reach your goals. That's why our students get success so much faster than the average person, because I'm basically condensing the 9.5 years I've had of running my business and basically transferring it to you. So you basically get a decade in a box of mistakes, what to do, what not to do, and you just avoid them, and then in 30 days you're able to go and reach your goal, okay? So if you want to have access to that, if you want to be able to move forward very quickly, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Recording stopped.